Circuit training is the day where you focus on your cardiovascular endurance, burn excess fat, improve footwork agility and speed, and do some foam rolling to help your body recover. This is intended to be a lighter day. Begin your warm-up with a freestyle jump roping for 3 to 4 minutes. Experiment with various kinds of footwork and keep a steady rhythm while keeping light on your feet. Now we will learn some basic boxing and Muay Thai strikes for our cardio workout. Start with one foot in front of the other. If you are right-handed, start with your left leg in front and your body angled 45 degrees. If you are left-handed, start with your left leg in front. Keep your elbows in to protect your ribs and your fists at eye level to protect your face. Stay light on your feet by moving around on the balls of your feet. You can shuffle step forward and backward, pivot, step and pivot, and so on. You can also add defensive movements with your footwork, such as bob and weave and slip and roll. I will not go into great detail on how to perform these movements because this is a jump training video and not a martial arts video. Just understand the basic principles of visualizing an opponent, moving around, dodging punches, and moving in and out to strike your opponent. You can use 5 basic strikes and create your own combinations. Before we talk about punching technique, understand that most of your punching power comes from rotating your hips and shoulders, pivoting on one of your feet, and shifting your weight into each strike. Do not throw punches only with your arms. Throw with your whole body. The jab is a straight punch with your leading arm. Step forward with your lead foot and punch with the horizontal fist, and immediately retract it back to protect your face. Rotate your shoulders to extend the punch with speed. The cross is a straight punch with your rear arm. Step forward with your lead foot, pivot on your rear foot, shift your weight onto your front foot, and rotate your shoulders and hips to extend the punch through the target. The hook is a rotating punch thrown with a bent arm. This strike is meant to punch around a block or strike the side of the body or face. The front hook is thrown with the front arm. Step with the lead foot and reach to the side of the target. Shift your weight on your back leg and pivot on your front leg. You can strike the body or the face. The rear hook is thrown with the rear arm. Step forward with your lead leg, shift your weight onto your front foot, reach around the target and pivot on your rear foot. The uppercut is similar to throwing a hook except upward at the face. Use the same mechanics as the hook except drive your weight forward and up into the target. The elbow strikes are similar to the hook except you are striking with your elbow. First form a 90-degree angle with your hand and touch your sternum to load the elbow. Then rotate to strike your elbow across the opponent's face. The rear elbow is thrown just like the rear hook. Visualize going across the target. The knee strike is like uppercutting the opponent with your knee. First grab the opponent's head by gripping the back of his neck. Then drive your knee up into his stomach by pulling his head down to your waist. Extend your knee through his body by driving your hips up and extending onto your toes of your standing leg. Lean back to maximize power on your knee strike. In order to knee with the front leg, quickly switch your feet and proceed to grab the opponent's head and knee with the front leg. Don't forget to breathe every time you throw a strike. Exhale quickly or make a hissing noise to help control your breathing. Once you feel comfortable with the 5 basic strikes, think of a few different 2 to 6 punch combinations you would like to use for shadowboxing. Shadowboxing is fighting an imaginary opponent. You must strike, defend, and move around the opponent. It's a great way to mentally engage in the exercise and have some fun while building your cardiovascular endurance. The first combination is jab, jab, cross, duck, front uppercut. Remember to use a variety of strikes and defensive maneuvers and combinations that use 2 to 6 movements. The second combination is jab cross, knee cross. Be creative with your combinations and have some fun with it. Once you've decided on 2 to 3 combinations, continually repeat those combinations when you are shadowboxing. If you do too many combinations, your mind will get caught up in keeping track of all the movements instead of just shadowboxing and moving around. As you become more proficient at shadowboxing, work on increasing your speed, varying your rhythm, visualizing your opponent, and moving with and around your opponent. Interval training is high-intensity exercise alternating with rest periods of low-intensity exercise. Shadowbox at high intensity for 30 seconds and do light jumping jacks for 10 seconds. Repeat this cycle 8 times the first week and then add 1 round each week until you reach 11 rounds. There are no breaks in between each round.
No? Alright.
I seriously don't, because you know what, I go like up here.
Nice. You probably will.
Now we will do a series of agility exercises to improve your footwork, coordination, foot speed, and conditioning. Perform 4 sets per exercise with 10 reps per set and 15 seconds of rest in between each set. Switch directions each set. The following video clips will demonstrate how to perform each agility exercise. Foam rolling is a great way to relieve muscle tension, tightness, and knots through self-myofascial release. It also helps you recover faster and prevents injury. You will learn a series of self-myofascial release techniques using a foam roller and your own body weight. I like to foam roll my entire body once a week. It takes practice to do it well. Your goal is to slowly roll along an affected area until you find a painful, tight, or aching area. Once you find such a tender spot, hold that position for 30 seconds and then rest for 10 seconds. Do this multiple times until you feel significant release in tension. Experiment with different positions and various ways to apply pressure to the affected areas. The more pressure you can apply with your own body weight, the deeper the release. However, everyone's pain tolerance is different, so apply as much pressure as you can handle and slowly build up your pain tolerance. Applying self-myofascial release techniques can be very painful, but it is definitely worth it. Conclude the circuit training day with lower and upper body stretch routines.